Good morning, friends. Welcome to Family Storytime. Glad to see you joining us again. Everybody ready to go? You're sitting crisscross applesauce? Good job. Let's turn our listening ears on. All right, let's begin with our hello song. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Good job. Alrighty, today's story time is a very slow story time. It's a sloth story time. So let's begin by finding out a few facts about our friends, the sloth. This is Slow Sloths. I'd like to thank Penguin for allowing us to read this today. Slow sloths. Sloths are in the same family as armadillos and anteaters. And did you know that there are two types of sloths? There's the two-toed sloth that has two toes on the front, and there's the three-toed sloth who has three claws on his front feet. All sloths have round heads and 3 to 4 inch claws, and little ears, short tails, and sad-looking eyes. But the three-toed sloth always looks like it's smiling. Sloths are born way up high in the trees. The baby sloths cling to their mother's bellies until they can take care of themselves. Can you guys see that baby on there? A young sloth likes to stay close to its mother, and it can live with her for up to 4 years. But now it's all grown up, and it's about 2 feet long, and it weighs between 8 and 17 pounds. Sloths don't eat much. They sometimes eat small insects or small lizards, but they mostly eat leaves. And the leaves do not give them much energy. And this is one of the reasons why sloths are so slow. The sloth's long claws make it hard to walk on the ground, so it stays up in the trees. And some sloths stay in the same tree for years. And the only time they come down is to go to the bathroom. Or go for a swim. Plop! The sloth falls from the tree into the river. They're great swimmers. Sloths also move so slowly that algae grows on their fur. And this green plant helps the sloths hide from their enemies. But they can't always hide. Here comes a harpy eagle, swipe, and the sloth bats at the eagle with its long, sharp claws. The sloth hisses and lets out a loud yell, and the harpy eagle flies away. The sloth is tired from fighting off its enemies. It slowly climbs up the tree and goes to sleep. Sleep tight, slow sloth. Alrighty, for our second book, we're going to do a digital book. That is the Sloth Who Slowed Us Down. The Sloth Who Slowed Us Down by Margaret Wilde, illustrated by Vivian Toe. Amy's family was the speediest family in the world. They walked fast, drove fast, shopped fast, and ate fast. There was never any time to talk or play or laugh or laze until the afternoon. Amy brought a sloth home to stay. Where on earth did you find him? Dad asked. Hanging from a tree in the park, Amy said, plucking one beetle and two moths from his fur. Mom shuddered. He needs a bath, she said. Sloth shook his head very, very slowly, because sloths do everything slowly. Right away, said Mom. I have to warn you, Sloth, Amy whispered. We are the fastest family in the entire world. Sloth had a long, leisurely bath with lots of bubbles, a purple duck, and a red boat. He dried himself slowly, combed his fur slowly, admired himself for ages in the mirror, and then crawled down the stairs for dinner. Amy, Mom, and Dad were already sitting at the table. Hurry up, buddy, said Dad. Chop, chop, said Mom. See what I mean, Sloth? Amy said with a sigh. Sloth ate very, very slowly. He was so slow that Amy had plenty of time to talk about the things that had happened that day. How amazing, said Mom. I wish I'd been there, said Dad. When Sloth had finished helping, very slowly, to do the dishes, Dad said, There's just enough time for a quick trot around the block before bedtime. But Sloth couldn't trot. He dragged himself along very, very slowly. So slowly that Amy and Mom and Dad had plenty of time to chat with the neighbors, pet a cat, throw a stick for a friendly dog, admire the moon, and try to find the red star. When they got home, Sloth made himself comfortable, hanging from a tree in the garden. Amy hugged him goodnight. Thank you, she whispered. This has been the best day of my life. Sloth stayed for 3 glorious weeks. Look at all the activities they did. But one morning, Sloth moved next door to the new speediest family in the world. I'll miss him, Dad said. He's such a restful little fellow. He'll hate it there, Mom said. That family's always in such a rush. They walk fast, drive fast, shop fast, and eat fast. Oh, Sloth will change all of that, Amy said. And he did. Very, very slowly. That was a cute story. All righty, friends, let's do a little activity. Should we get moving? Let me have you all stand up where you're at, okay? All right, we're going to practice our colors. Can you tell me what color this is? Red, exactly. And this color? Green, good job. And one last color. Yellow, very good. So in a stoplight, red means what? Stop, very good. And if you come up to a green light, that means go, 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 go. And yellow means slow, slow down. So let's get you marching in place, all right? And everybody march. Green, go, fast, go fast. There we go, fast, 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 fast. Keep going, and stop. All right, good job. Ready, start marching. Slow. There we go, very slow. All right, and then should we go fast? Go, 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 fast. There we go. And stop. you go. And one more time, let's march slow. Slow. And stop. Good job. All right, everybody sit down in your spots. We've got one last story for you, one last sloth story. This one is The Perfect Siesta by Pato Mena, and I'd like to thank Nube Ocho for allowing me to read this today. Ready? Here we go. It was the middle of the day in the jungle, and the jaguar was very hot. All of a sudden, a cool breeze started to blow, and the big cat thought, "Roar, what a nice breeze. It would be perfect to take a siesta, a nap." Just then, the jaguar saw a coati sitting on a branch up in a tree, and he said, "Hey, could you do me a big favor? I have something really important to do, but first, I'd like to take a little siesta. There's such a nice cool breeze. It's just too good to resist. Could you wake me up in exactly 10 minutes? Of course, Mr. Jaguar, answered the scared coati. You go right ahead and take your nice siesta. I'll wake you up. And just like that, the jaguar dropped off into a deep sleep. But then the coati thought, it's true. It would be a shame not to take advantage of this pleasant breeze. So the coati said to a cockatiel who was perched just a few branches above, "Hey, could you do me a favor? I have to wake up the jaguar in 10 minutes because he has something very, very important to do. But first, I want to take a little siesta. There's such a nice cool breeze. It's just too good to resist. Would you mind waking me up in 10 minutes? Of course, said the kind cockatiel. Go ahead and take your siesta. I'll wake you up. And just like that, the coati dropped off into a deep sleep. Then the cockatiel thought, there's no denying it. That really is a pleasant breeze. What do you think happened? Yep. So he said to the only animal that was close by, "Hey, you there, sloth. I have to wake up the coati, who has to wake up the jaguar, who has something very, very important to do. But first, I would like to take a siesta. There is such a nice cool breeze. It's just too good to resist. Would you be so kind as to wake me up in exactly 10 minutes? Really? Why? Sure. Of course. What? Replied the sleepy sloth. Wake me up in exactly 10 minutes, repeated the cockatiel. It's very important. You have to stay awake. 10 minutes. No worries, said the sloth with a huge yawn. Thank you so much, said the cockatiel, who dropped off into a deep sleep. Just then, the sloth felt the cool breeze and realized that she should ask some other animal to wake her up in 10 minutes. But there was no one to ask. No one awake, anyway. This was torture for the poor sloth, but she had given her word to the cockatiel, who had promised the coati, who had promised the jaguar, who no one was particularly thrilled to see angry. I have got to stay awake, she said to herself. 1, 2, 3 minutes went by, and the sloth was battling sleep more than any other sloth in sloth history. 4, 5, 6 more minutes went by. She could almost hear the breeze whisper, "Sleep." 7, 8, 9 more minutes went by. Her eyelids got heavier and heavier. And just when there was only 1 more minute left before she had to wake the cockatiel up, zzz, the sloth fell fast asleep. Oh no! Then all of a sudden, the nice cool breeze that was blowing through the jungle turned into a huge, oh my goodness. The tremendously loud snore of the sloth woke up the cockatiel, the coati, and the jaguar. Bang! Right on the 10th minute. The startled animals each ran off in different directions without stopping to offer any explanations. Meanwhile, the sloth stayed right where she was, snoring away and not letting anyone else in the jungle sleep for a very long time. The end. Do any of you snore when you sleep? How do you know? Unless someone tells you, right? All right, my friends, thanks for joining us today. I hope you had fun with those stories. We look forward to seeing you next week on our story times. Let's finish with our goodbye song, shall we? Here we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining, friends. Have a good week.